So dear Dhamma friends, and sometimes this practice in the beginning you don't get any result, but keep practice little by little, don't give up. So that is the important thing. Another thing is, don't look for end result. It's like you climbing mountains. So when you climb the mountain, before you get into the top, from the bottom you cannot see the landscape. Only thing, you have to keep climb. When you come to the right point, you start to see the necessary landscape. Same like in the beginning, just keep practice. In the present moment, what you experience, be very clear with that. And little by little, you will get into the right place. And at the same time, we have to remember, while we practice this way, there are some other little qualities we have to develop with us. And when we look at the world nowadays, and people have very kind of like a very negative idea regarding one of the most valuable thing. So that is stress. So when we look at the world today, people become stressful, and as a result of that stress, and a lot of people get disease, and the health conditions completely become different. The very reason for that, because they misunderstand it and they misguide it. So the stress is very need for us. Otherwise, we cannot get into any kind of development or any kind of success in life. So then remember yourself, learn to accept the situations in life, because there is no place you can hide from the worldly conditions. But the thing is, when the situations come, rather than putting a label on it, this is bad, this is not good, like that, start to develop a method. So whatever the situation come, try to use it to get the good benefit for you. So otherwise, that we always look for the right moment or the right place or the right people, it will never happen to us. So then again and again, remember yourself, in every day in life, each and every moment going to be new. And no one can predict that it is going to happen this way or that way, like that. So then be ready for that. For that, one of the best tool that you have to do, awareness. Keep the awareness yourself. Keep the alert. Be mindful. So whatever the situation come, then you can deal with it. But when you are not become mindful, or when you are not alert regarding the situation or the moment wherever you are, so whatever the situation come, even sometimes good things happen to you and you end your life with the bad. There are a lot of, we see like that. There are a lot of good opportunities happen, but we end up with something miserable. Why? Because when you are lose your awareness, mindfulness, alertness, so whatever the situation, it cannot protect you. So then this stress is one of the most important thing that you can use to develop your life. It's kind of like a soiled, the muddy dirt is soiled. So in the stress itself, it happened because of the unbalance, whatever the situation that you go through. But at the same time, don't try to take it as something bad. The first thing, remember to change your mindset. Because once you change your mind, no one can disturb you. So that is the important thing. Once you ready to accept anything, any situation, once you change the mind, no one can stop you. So look at ourselves sometime for the good things, we cannot change our mind. But there is possibility, as you know, there are drug dealers, terrorists, and the politicians, they brainwash others' mind. And look what happened when the person brainwash. The brainwash means change their mind. And then the people go completely different way, become crazy. But why we cannot do it for the good side, for the profitable ways? So then yourself, whatever the idea you carry with the trace, remember, change that idea. Why? Because it's going to be everywhere in your life. You cannot escape from it. So then when you have an idea or trace is not good, what will happen? Even for little things, you get disappointed. Even nowadays, the children, and they get stressed. And sometimes parents ask, "Oh, Venerable Sir, this my child, my daughter, my son, very stressful, and what we can help?" So it is impossible. It cannot happen like that. It is a idea. It is an idea, just a concept. Oh, this like this like. And sometimes for some people, it is a very forced disease, stressful, becoming stressful. So always remember, whatever the situations come to your life, take it as an opportunity. Teach your children. Don't always try to bring the comfort and don't put them in a comfort zone always. Always try to teach them whatever the situation come to accept it and try to transform that situation to good. So that is what we need today. Why? Because when you look at everywhere, look how things happening. Even people have money, even people very famous, and even people have all the facilities, but still, and they collapse themselves. That is not good. So then yourself, when you build up your life, so whatever the situation come, accept it. It is okay. Why? Because you practice vipassana and you know nothing going to be forever. Everything change. So then you see it yourself, how it changed. It's just for the moment. But if you put the condition or put the seal on it, put the name or the label on it, and sometimes we carry that label. That is the only thing happening. So always remember that nothing going to be permanent. So then whatever the situation come, for the moment, maybe it is difficult, but it is good for you. It is a good investment. It is a good invitation for you. It's like, as you seen, very skinny young guy go to gym and start to work out. And little by little, he put muscles and he become bigger and stronger. And he go against the stress. And he developed the skill, go against the stress that whatever the body build. So if he give up, he cannot do that. All the sports field, that is all the winners, how they win. They not sit and pray and wait for the winning. No, they work against the stress. All the good singers, the dancers, actors, actors, everybody. How they become better than somebody else. When the stress arises, somebody accept it and collapse, and somebody break that moment and move forward. So then yourself, when you in day-to-day life, so change your mentality. Why? Because in the future, it's going to be everywhere. So then we have to, it's kind of like we come to a point, do or die. So it is our choice then. We select and we go with it. And we say it is okay. Once you accept it as it is okay, no one can disturb you. So that's why remember yourself, and teach your children. That is very important. Why? Because they go with this all the machines and technology, and then they build up this algorithm, and then they become systematic, and they don't learn how to pace, to how to go with the disturb. And when something disturb, if the phone doesn't work, if the computer doesn't work, if the light doesn't work, if the internet break down, the people get panic, people get disappointed. It's nothing to do with that. Why you disappointed? Why you get panic? Why you get upset about it? Why you get mad about it? So when you develop that kind of mindset, how are you going to deal with the people? Because the people or the situations moment always going to become different, and sometimes people make mistakes, and sometimes situations going to different than we think. So then how we going to go with the life? So that's why mostly we deal with machines and technology and that things, and we become systematic. And that this systematic mindset, it doesn't work in the nature and with the people. So then yourself always remember, keep the cool inside, and whatever the situations come, and accept it. And also for especially for all these young children and these teenagers, as parents, remember that is one of the skill that you have to give to them. Otherwise in the future, their life going to become very difficult. So that is what we see nowadays. And from the schools and from around us, there are a lot of parents call and tell, oh, Venerable Sir, what to do with these children? Because I used to go to these schools and now they don't go to school, and they now call. And most of disappointed, no reason. So that's why you have to come out of this situation and remember yourself. Life is more beautiful when you become open. When you shrink with the ideas, you can create a hell inside you. No reason. You don't need reason to make a hell. And so that's why you have to be very careful. But once you know the art, once you learn to become open, and you create the heaven within yourself and wherever you are, and you enjoy life. So that's why don't afraid for the stress, and take it as an opportunity and build up yourself and go with it, and try to use it as something friendly, and try to get something good out of it. Always remember, when you are stressful, that means it try to indicate and try to push you to new opportunities. And remember that. So then look for the new opportunities and develop your creative mind. And that way you will see the most stressful time become most profitable time for you. So there was a king long time ago, and this king had his own one son. So this king was very old, and he had four advisors, very good advisors. But what happened, this child, prince, used to play here and there, and he didn't put that much attention to learn from the father or from the advisors. And somehow suddenly father died, and then this prince and became the king. And he was so greedy, and he had no idea how to give. And then four advisors one day gathered and started to talk, because the very nature of the king is giving. And then the advisors gathered and told, so this is not good for us, because we are used to give advices to our previous king, and this king and become so greedy, and somehow we have to transform him and make him generous. Otherwise it is not good for entire country. So then they were thinking how to teach this king to become a generous person. So then one advisor thought, and he organize a carnival. So he then one day with the king, that all these four advisors went to see the carnival. Now they're going around the people show different circus. And then there was a guy, and he take a very sharp sword and then put it to his throat. And king saw this and told, oh, look at that. That is impossible. How the person can put this sharp sword to his body, inside the body through the mouth? And then that is the point that one advisor took the chance and told, oh, king, it is very easy. But there is something more difficult than this. The king asked, what is that? Just having an idea to give something is more difficult than putting a sword inside the mouth, body through the mouth. The king start to think, maybe that's true, because I never thought anything and to give. So then he told, yes, that is true, it makes sense. Then the next advisor got the chance and told, king, even somebody can think to give, but giving something as make an action is more difficult than thinking. So the king start to think about it. And then again he accept that is true, because we can think anything, but still how we going to do it? It is difficult. And that's true. And then the other advisor told, oh king, even you can give some you can think to give something, and then even you can give something. It is also easy, but there is something else more difficult. The king asked, what is that? Once you give, forget it and don't remind that what you gave. And the king start to think, and king accept it. You can put the sword through your mouth to your body. That is maybe easy. When you keep practice, you can do it. And there is more difficult than it just thinking to give something. And then even you can give it, and even you can think, but to make an action and giving, it is more difficult. Even you can give something, but after you gave, forget it is more difficult. So then in day-to-day life, if you look very carefully, that I'll give us one secret. More than the bad things, more than the unnecessary things, we always hold it to what we like. And we remind all the good things within us. And that itself create the sansara. Because the bad things very easily we give up. And the neutral things we can give up. But we more hold it to good things. If you can give up good things, more easily you can give up bad things. And a lot of people say, and they do a lot of good things. And suddenly what is happening? When something bad happened to them, they say, oh, it is very difficult to forget. Why it is difficult to forget? Maybe only one bad thing happened to you. Why it difficult to forget? Because you hold all the good things as a skill in you. So then hold, it doesn't matter for your mind, good or bad. All the whatever the things that you hold to, you learn to hold it. So when the bad things happen, that also you hold. And sometimes it is very difficult to forget the good things. The same way when the bad things happen, that also difficult to forget. So it is okay to do good things. More than any other bad thing, you always have to do the good things with the bodily, verbally, and mentally action. But always remember, even you do the good, don't hold it to good things. And that is where it's going to take you to the samsaric journey. Why? Because mostly the bad things we don't remind it, we don't hold it to. Mostly we hold it to good things, what we like. And even after we die, and the people afraid, even whatever other people used to hold or whatever they like, they don't want to keep it. So that's why remember yourself before you die, and somehow you will get out of all the unnecessary things and the bad things, and maybe you hold to good things that create your samsaric journey. So whatever you do, don't try to remind yourself, don't try to that the put your tape, that you always have a tape, whatever you have to, whatever you did to your wife or the husband or the friends and families or the children and parents, and maybe 10 years 20 years old, and still you keep repeating, I did this, I remember I did this, I did this, like that you always keep remembering. So especially when you do good, don't keep repeating it, to keep reminding it to yourself and repeating and telling to others, I did this, I did that thing. You enjoy it, and when you do good, you no need to remind it to do it again, because naturally that is the power. When you keep doing it, naturally you're going to get into the action. And sometimes people say keep thinking and then you will do it. No, when you do something bad, you no need to keep thinking to do that bad again. You're going to get into again. It's like the crocodile. The very nature of the crocodile stay in the mud and the water somewhere. But in case, if that crocodile eat one human being, that crocodile always keep chasing the human. It doesn't think. It start to go towards kind of like a magnet. When the human heartbeat, here, the smell of the blood, and the crocodile going to go with it. The same like, it doesn't matter good or bad. So once you do the action, you go with it. So when you do good, it doesn't matter you remind or not, you're going to do it. The important thing is, remember, don't hold into what you're doing. And don't keep repeating and telling always, I did that, I did that, I did that, like that way. Okay? So when you do good, you always going to purify. And always remember that not the bad things, unnecessary things you're not going to do unprofitable things. So, but when you do good, if you can forget it very easily, you become free from all the mental formations. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata ca amme sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahannotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.